Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Blandon here again, and if you guys been reading Reddit, you would have read this thing called the Sacrificial Swap. And what this basically is instead of explaining it, I'm going to show you a scenario. So here we go. Let's have a look. So in here, you basically decide to start with Skarmory, because Skarmory is a pretty good lead, and you run into their only electric Pokemon. That's the worst case scenario you can have. So you decide to swap in your hard counter, which is one of the Mudshot boys. Quagsire comes in, throws a couple of shots, and your opponent decides to swap into Abo. Now, that's a hard counter for your hard counter. Is that GG? So we are going to look at how this sacrificial swap works and whether or not we can make it work in our favor, although we're sort of locked in a switch and unable to switch to another Pokemon. Before I started testing this, I needed to do some homework. The swap cooldown is 50 seconds, so I gotta make sure that my Pokemon between the one that I sacrifice and the one that I'm using to farm energy is not gonna last or be too longer than 50 seconds. Longer than 50 seconds, I'm gonna lose a lot of health. Shorter than 50 seconds, I'm still locked and I can't swap my Pokemon. So I gotta make sure I do that, and I'm going to do all my scenarios on Skarmory. And then also the second thing that I wanted to do was make sure my opponent doesn't know what I'm doing. So Kazuto, good friend of mine, and he works really hard. He works like 12-hour shifts, goes home, practice PvP with me. So before he read this article, I'm pretty sure he hasn't read the article, so I made sure to tell him, hey, I'm going to start with Skarmory, and you can start with whatever you want. Kazuto starts off with, of course, Magneton. I'm gonna swap straight away, and I'm gonna swap in my Quagsire, throws up a couple of shots, in comes Abo, I throw a Sludge Bomb, and boom, he shields, and then I'm kind of locked. He's locked as well, so my Skarmory comes back out, and I'm farming as much energy as possible. He gets a charge move off, which is fine. I'm gonna tank it, and then I'm just gonna get 2 Sky attacks loaded up, ready to rock. So in comes Magneton again, discharge, I'm going to block it, I'm going to get off my 2 Sky attacks, hoping to at least get as close to taking out Magneton as possible. And so here we go, get a couple of more moves, Magneton gets another discharge, which is fine. Now he's starting on neutral energy, and Lantern comes out, great, I'm charging a little bit of energy. And Raichu was very unexpected. He did tell me he wanted to test Raichu. It was the first time I seen it. But it obviously doesn't have the second move, because this move here is Wild Charge. Came of a bit of a surprise. I thought it was going to be Brick, but now that I know it's going to be Wild Charge, I'm going to block it. And so I finished this match off with an Hydro Pump, just barely winning. So not too sure if Lantern was the best choice, but you can see Sacrificial Swap worked there. Now, second match, I decided I'm going to use my second line, which is Altaria, as the last Pokemon. Here we go. He leads with Lapras, and I just tried the same thing, right? Like, the difference is I'm not going to swap straight away. So here, I let the Quagsire comes out after I take this hit. Surf, I block it, because I want to save my energy, so I can make sure I can farm on that Abo later. So it is actually my mistake, because in this strategy, what's really important is to make sure I have an energy advantage. And by giving my enemy the chance of charging up energy is not the right way to do it. I should have swapped straight away. And here, which is fine, I'm tanking this. You're going to see how it plays out. Now, I take out the Abo. I'm loaded up with 2 Sky attacks. I'm spamming these Sky attacks as soon as Lapras comes out. Lapras is already loaded up on some energy, which is fine. We bait out both shields. He's loaded up on energy. Now he gets off the Ice Beam straight away. I have to block this. I have to save my Altaria. And then again, Ice Beam takes out my Altaria, and I'm gone. So the match here, what I should have done is sort of swap out Skarmory straight away, so I don't have to burn my shield, and then sacrifice a Quagsire, and then I can save the 2 shield for my Altaria later on. So here's the third match. We starting with the same lineup. Lapras lead, swap straight away this time, straight away. I know Stone Edge is going to do super effective damage. I'm happy to leave it in, but here I let my Quagsire go. I didn't do any moves, because I know if I let a move go and he doesn't shield it, my Skarmory's not going to be able to farm enough energy. So here we go, we're farming away, and we got 2 Sky Attacks saved up. But Lantern comes out. Lantern is too tanky for Skarmory. It's not a good matchup. You can see the Sky Attack, he doesn't even need to shield it. And I had to swap out my Oteria straight away. Actually, I should have swapped straight away as soon as I can, because come to think about it, it was too late. I swapped too late. I should have saved those Sky Attacks. But that's fine. I swap into Oteria, and then Lapras comes out. Surf, baited. I shielded. Sky Attack, I let it get off. But it's basically too late because, I take another Surf to the face. I swap out Skarmory again. Skarmory gets a Sky Attack off, and he uses a Surf, and that will finish off my Skarmory. My Oteria comes out. I'm trying to save that just for the Lantern, because I know Lantern is going to be taken out by Oteria, but it's too late. A bit earlier swap when the Skarmory was facing Lantern, that would have been a good play, and I would have won that match. But that's fine. So we got match number 4. Kazuto knows exactly what we're doing now. Skarmory comes out to Magneton. I'm going to swap straight away to Lord Quagsire, as Venji calls it. If you guys have been watching Venji, he's pretty good. And then you got Lapras. Here we go. We're going to get a Stone Edge off. He's not swapping into the Abo now. He knows that's what I'm trying to bait him to do. And we're beta a shield with the Sludge Bomb. And then now we get off a Stone Edge. Great, super effective damage. So you can see how this plays out. And I'm going to let my Lantern come in because it's not going to take too much damage from Lapras. So take the Surf in the face, which is fine. Not a problem. Get some charges up. Out comes Magneton. Magneton is okay matchup. I mean, I will need to use Hydro Pump. I use my Hydro Pump to finish it off because he's got all his shields down. Great. And then Skarmory comes out. Good matchup for me. I'm not going to take much damage. I still got a shield. And Sky Attack. I'm going to finish this off with a Thunderbolt. And that's match number 3. So, I mean, they're still practicing. I know Kazuto is not going hard. He's still, allowing me to, play around with this lineup. But he's catching on to what we're trying to do here. So let's have a look at the 5th match. And this is the last match I'm going to show you. And we're going to start off with the same thing. We're going to start off with a Skarmory, and we're facing Magneton. What are we going to do? First thing is swap into Quagsire. Quagsire comes out, and he swaps into Wishcash. Wishcash, what am I going to do? I'm going to throw inferior Sludge Bomb against his Mud Bomb. So here we go, Sludge Bomb. And then he's getting his Mud Bomb faster than me as well. And we're just trading bombs at this point. I'm not going to shield. I'm going to get this last Sludge Bomb, and then I know he's going to get one more Mud Bomb, which is fine. Going to let him do it because I want to start on neutral energy, which is great. And then out comes Skarmory to finish off the Wishcash. Actually, he swapped his Wishcash, thinking I might have a Lantern in the back, which I do. And here we go. He uses his Lapras. It's not a good matchup for me, but I'm going to leave my Skarmory in for now to get Sky Attack, try and bait a shield. I still have the shield advantage. So out comes Lantern, finishes off the Lapras. Out comes Magneton. I don't think he wanted to put his Mud Boy out because he was afraid that I can take it out really quick because it was on really, really low health, which is fine. So here he uses Discharge. I'm going to block that, and I'm hoping to just get one more, and here we go. We get the Thunderbolt off. Great. So we finish off the Magneton, and then now we've got Sky Attack to finish off the Wishcash. So that's sort of match number 5. Sacrificial Swap definitely is something to think about. The objective of the strategy I found is to make sure you're sacrificing one Pokemon, and then you're bringing in your Pokemon to come in to farm tons of energy, so you've got a massive energy advantage and shield advantage as well. So you want to make sure you have that energy advantage. As soon as their Pokemon comes back out, you can get off 2 charge move, so as to either push their shields or take that Pokemon out. Now, second thing that's really important, you want to make sure that you don't faint the Pokemon too fast. You got that 50-second time frame. You got to make sure the whole cycle is around 50 seconds, so that you're not still locked. Because, like, let's say if they got a second counter for Skarmory, like say for example they're bringing Magneton and Lantern, then you're pretty screwed, because you're still locked. So the third thing is, make sure you're facing bulky Pokemon. Of course, like Abo on Skarmory, it's decently pretty bulk, and then you're taking not effective damage. That's what makes it work. I think there are definitely other ones, and I've already got some in mind. I've been working on some other ones already, but I'm going to save some of those for the tournament. And the lineup that you're facing is really important as well. So, like, let's say if the team that I was playing in this scenario, in these tests, and the lead was a Lantern, that would actually not work, because if I swap my Skarmory back out and I've got 2 Sky Attacks, the Lantern's not going to take too much damage, and I'll need to be forced to switch to another Pokemon, and hopefully that Pokemon doesn't have a hard counter, so got to think about that as well. Hopefully that was helpful. Just putting that theory into practice, it was quite interesting. Hopefully that gives you guys some new ideas for your lines as well. And if you enjoy this and you learn something, please like and subscribe. Really appreciate it. See you guys next time.